I Respectfully Disagree podcast. Today, man, we are going to do the official IRD relaunch. Today is August the 1st, and it's time to take this podcast up a notch. So, I want you all to join me on this journey, road to 500 subscribers. Currently, we are sitting at 410 subscribers. So, in order for me to get there, I felt like I needed to change some things up. Got a new program, hopefully to give me better visuals, better quality. I was having trouble with Zoom, so it was hard for me to, do episodes with people that's not in the room with me because Zoom kept crashing and things like that. So, got a new product. Hopefully, that's going to clear that up, give us some better quality. So like I said, this is the official IRD relaunch. So I definitely appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me throughout this journey. It's been a few years now, man. And for those that are not familiar with me or the podcast, I want to reintroduce myself. So the I Respectfully Disagree podcast was originally created just as a hobby, just something to do. Oftentimes I was getting on Facebook Live or Instagram Live, and I'm a big sports junkie, so I would, give my outtakes and things on different games and stuff that I'm watching, and it would generate all kinds of conversation, arguing, going back and forth, heated debates and things like that. And I've always told people, like, I'm one of them people where I feel like I think outside the box. So my opinion is never going to coincide with the rest of the room. So what better name than I Respectfully Disagree, because oftentimes that's the predicament that I find myself in anyway. I'm usually, disagreeing with everybody that's in the room. So a few friends of mine, they was like, man, you should start a podcast, man. I would really tune in. It would be dope. And I kept procrastinating, pushing it off. And, long story short, my wife ended up getting me a USB microphone, and we put it to work. So fast forward, I think it's been almost 3 years now. And the podcast is on all streaming services, which is where we originally started. I wanted to dabble my feet into the YouTube space just as another avenue, just to get visuals and things like that, put a name with a face and stuff like that. And I feel like that's been my biggest hurdle. And I've been trying to push and push and push for this YouTube thing, to where sometimes I feel like the streaming aspect of it or the quality of the episodes has kind of taken a back seat. So I was just constantly trying to figure out, what can I do to make people tune in to the YouTube part. But then that's when I realized it's like, most people are on the go, they're working, and they really don't have time to sit down and look at YouTube. So for those that have always reached out from day one, it was like, man, I love listening to your episodes, whether I'm at work or at the gym, things like that, man, I definitely appreciate it. So this whole avenue that I'm taking now is so that I can try to get the best of both worlds. So that's why today I'm going to announce that what I'm going to do with the podcast moving forward. I actually have an episode that I'm going to record later this evening with a friend of mine. But after that, I think the format that I'm going to take is I'm going to drop an episode, or I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live with this new app that I'm using. I have my Sony camera hooked up, like I said, for better visual, better quality. I'm going to start going live on Friday nights, and that way it will help me engage with the people that do follow the podcast, or those that are, during the week are busy, really can't get on YouTube or whatever. But hey, guess what? I caught you while you were recording live. That's going to give me the opportunity to engage, answer questions on the fly, on the spot, as well as get my recording aspects in. And then if you miss the episode that Friday night, then the audio or streaming version will then be available Monday morning. Because I feel like where I'm messing up at is I'm doing these episodes, amazing interviews to me. I'm not just saying that. If I feel like it's a bad episode, then I'm going to say that. But I feel like there's no consistency in terms of new episodes are going to drop every Monday or every Wednesday or Friday or whatever. It's like, okay, I'm recording them, editing, and then boom, within 24 hours, 48 hours, I'm putting it up there. Well, guess what? If people didn't know about the last episode, now people are missing episodes, or I'm dropping them so frequently to where people just don't have time to sit down. And in my opinion, I feel like a lot of content is being swept under the rug, and people are missing out on some dope conversations. And this will allow me to, have a more control over it. And it's like, if I can build a fan base, so to speak, then everybody will be like, you know what, I'm looking forward to next Friday. And Monday, I can't wait till Monday morning. I'm heading to work, throw your podcast in, you know what I'm saying, and ride on in. So this way, hopefully, has some more stability in a sense. And like I said, this is my road to 500 and beyond. At the same time, I do want to take a minute to just tell everybody again how thankful I am, because I feel like the YouTube has only been around, I want to say maybe a year. And for me to even be at 410 subscribers, man, it's like you want to count your small victories as well, and don't look at everything in such a negative light. And again, for those that are new, I have this big thing called, hashtag support the homies. The whole goal of the podcast for me was like, I want to use this as an outlet to highlight and showcase a lot of my friends and family that are doing great things, whether it's t-shirts, podcasts, things like that. And I was building the podcast around making sure that everyone had a free space to come in and talk or whatever they want to. And I always tell people, the mic is always open. And I guess people kind of took that like, oh, he's just saying that. But in reality, at the time, I really meant it. So, like I got on today, who did you help win? Who did you help win today? Support the homies. Like, I really meant that. So now it's like, you know what? It's time to focus on me. It's time to focus on me. I know it sounds very selfish and it's an uncomfortable feeling even saying that, but it's like, I feel like I put so much attention on trying to create a space for everybody else to feel welcome to come and talk about everything that they're doing, to the point to where it's like, I'm not really bigging up myself, or I'm not using the podcast to showcase me. So that's the direction that I'm going in, and that's why I'm saying this is the IRD official relaunch, because I'm finna get back into that space to where whatever it is I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. Whether you agree or disagree, whether you want to listen to it, if not, cool beans. And that again is just me trying to focus back on me. Like I said, I used to enjoy getting online and debating sports and things like that. And I lost some of that passion. And now I'm trying to get it back. So moving forward, of course, again, the mic is always open. Hit me up. Feel free. Schedule something. Hey, man, I want to talk about this. Do you got time? And we can set that up. We can make that happen. But again, on Fridays, I'm going to have a wide range of things that I may want to talk about, and I'm going to hit this record button, and I'm going to talk about it. And again, it's going to be live. to where whoever's watching, if they want to give their thoughts or whatever, then cool. If you catch the playback, give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And the next week, I'll follow up on what people were saying. Because, again, I don't want to say it's foolish pride, but it's like it's to the point to where I feel like I'm begging for people to watch it. And I don't like tagging people every time I drop a new episode, because at the end of the day, it's like I can see who shares it. I can see it. So if I post something and tag 25 people, only 2 people have shared it. It's like, damn, like that's such a messed up feeling. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm never gonna take it personal. But it's like, damn, like I think that's where my headspace is now. It's like I'm tired of trying to convince people to share the podcast, or I'm tired of trying to convince people to join me on the episode and things like that. So I'm done with that chapter. I'm cool with, hey, you want to talk about it, reach out to me. Or if I'm in the middle of a conversation and it's like, damn, man, we should do an episode on that, then I'm going to shout out my idea at that moment in time. You can take me up on my offer. If not, cool beans. But in terms of me just sitting around thinking of ideas and then trying to figure out who can come on here to do the episode with me, them days is over with. It's done. It's done. So cheers to new beginnings, man. Like I said, it's only up from here. And I just hope that everyone enjoys the content. I have several people that reach out. I was like, man, I love your podcast. I love listening to it. It's dope. It's dope. And I definitely appreciate that. But then on the flip side, it's like, damn, I'll put an episode out. I don't get no feedback. I don't get no comments. I don't get no nothing. So now I'm looking at it like, damn, did nobody really mess with it? But in reality, people may have enjoyed it, but I don't know. So that's why I've been begging. I'm like, dude, like, hit the thumbs up. Jump in the comment section. Engage. So I feel like this might be the best way to create some of that engagement. Just going live. Raw, uncut, unfiltered. I think that's another obstacle that I'm going to kick down, or a barrier that I'm going to kick down, because it was like, okay, creating this podcast, I want to make sure that everybody's able to enjoy it, whether they're, my generation, generations before me, generations after me wanted to have a clean cut podcast. If people are riding in a car with their families and things like that, it ain't, profanity laced, and you can sit back and enjoy. Like every now and then we'll get a little crazy with the foul language or whatever, but it's too many podcasts that I'm seeing on the internet and all this and that, and it's like people are not holding back. So I'm not going to hold back. Like, that's just one of them things where now it's like, you know what? I was considerate of others, but at the same time, whatever's on my mind, I'm going to say it. I'll be sure to put a disclaimer like, hey, this one ain't for kids, or sorry ahead of time, for those that are offended by aggressive language and things like that. But this is something that I'm passionate about. So if a few cuss words fly, then guess what? A few cuss words fly. Like, again, I hate to use this word, but I'm just going to be selfish about it. And that's just, it is what it is. Like, I really wanted everybody around me to succeed. I really meant support the homies and all of that. Like, even before I had a podcast, like, I had a lot of friends that do a lot of things, whether, like I said, it's clothing, whatever. And I always felt like, from my perspective, I got behind everybody's movement. And I tried to push it and push it and push it. Didn't nobody have to ask me to share their stuff. I done it on my own. I done it because at the end of the day, it's like, it's free to hit the share button. But now it's like, damn, I'm looking for that to be reciprocated, and it ain't happening. Or at least to my likings, it ain't happening. And it's like, you know what? Nah, bro. time to focus on yourself. So again, shout out to those that have always been in my corner from day one. Hit the share button, supported the podcast with the t-shirts and things like that. Whatever I had going on, like, y'all know who y'all are. But to some of y'all that time and time again, I'm like, hey man, come do a podcast. Like, not even to help me. It's like me saying, bring what you do to the podcast. Because whether you believe it or not, it may be somebody that don't know what you do. That's how I've always looked at it. It's like, bro, like, I'm not from the Louisville, Lexington area. So a lot of friends and family that I got from back home, they don't even know that you exist. So just sit down so when they watch it and listen to it, boom, you got a whole nother fan base, customers that can come and order and things like that. And I'm just like, how hard is that? But it's like, damn, like, I opened the invitation, people give me the runaround, bullshit me, and then it's like, boom, I don't hear nothing from them no more. So you know what? No love lost, no hard feelings. I'm still cool with you in my eyes. No beef, no nothing, but fuck you. That's the only way I can put it. So sky's the limit. I'm going to keep saying that. That's more for me to motivate myself, because it's been so many times, bro, that I'm just like, I'm ready to be done with it. Like, I'm to the point where I'm investing money into this, bro. Like, I'm in the hole, really, if you really want to think about it. Between all these monthly payments and things that I got, like, it costs me to do this. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to turn this into no big lucrative, you know what I'm saying, stream of money or nothing like that. But it's like, damn, I would love to see some of my hard work pay off. Cause it's like, bro, like, we're recording. I'm up all night doing the editing. If the computer crashes while I'm doing the editing, then I got to redo it all over again. And bro, we talking about a time period where I didn't have a camera. I didn't have this mic or my little soundboard and stuff over here. I was recording this podcast and doing interviews with people with a cell phone up to one little USB mic, and then having to turn around and try to clean up that audio so it don't sound all crazy. It's like, bro, like, I feel like, in my opinion, I've put in the work. I understand, you know, you gotta have some patience, be patient. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I've gotten all the support that I'm gonna get locally in my inner circles or whatever. I've reached that ceiling. So now, what is the next step for me to break through and start getting the support from people that I don't know? So that's why I've been going around, you know, passing out business cards, things like that, or just trying to create, you know, different reels via social media to bring the attention to what it is that I'm doing over here, podcast wise, shoe games, sneakers, sports, just to get more eyes on it, and then hopefully it will grow organically. Again, I'm not into all the gimmicks and trying to, you know, play a character just for likes and attention. So I'm never going to do that. If the podcast don't go any further than where it's at, then I'm proud of what I accomplished. Because at the end of the day, never envision me, you know, putting together a weekly show or every other day doing episodes and things like that, and you just keep checking off the list. So don't confuse this with me complaining or sad or nothing like that, because again, I'm thankful for the support, and I'm appreciative of the success that I've had so far. But it's like, okay, what's the next step? Because it can't be sitting around waiting for people who you thought would help you get through that door. Like, if you sitting around waiting for that, then bro, you'll be waiting forever. Because there's some people that they don't want you to walk through them doors, because they may not have walked through the doors yet. So how I'm gonna help you get through the door if I ain't got through the door? So I've recognized that and picked that up from some people. Again, I ain't finna be on here throwing people under the bus or nothing like that, but just know that everything that I've always done, it was genuine. I try to support people and do things like that, but it's like, all right, I ain't getting that back. So it is what it is. So like I said, man, just tune in. I'm going to say maybe next Friday. That's going to be August the 11th is when I'm going to try to, do this live thing. Today is August the 1st. Like I said, I got an episode coming up today, man. Shout out to my guy, Alex. He's getting ready to pull up, and we're going to do an episode. And then football season's coming up. Got some big things in store for that. So like I said, every week, breaking down sports, giving my opinions on things. And that's going to be the avenue that I take with the podcast. I'm getting back on sports. I got away from sports because different people was like, I want to support you, but a lot of the topics and things that y'all talking about, I really don't follow sports, so I can't keep up. So that's when I started trying to do, current events or relationship things and stuff like that. And those were successful. But then when I started asking for female guests and thoughts and this and that, it's like, now I'm not getting it. So it's like, damn, here I am again trying to accommodate everybody else in hopes that I create a product that everybody enjoys. But then it's like, damn, I done switched up my formula, and now it done came back to kick me in the ass, because now if I do a whole episode about the most recent one was like Keke Palmer and the Usher thing. Like, that was a trending topic. Men and women were giving their opinions on things, and for those that did reach out and comment, appreciate it. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, damn, I thought it would generate more conversation than it did, which would have led to like future episodes where different people would come on and express their thoughts and opinions and just keep going from there, giving different people an opportunity to express their opinions and go back and forth from that aspect. But like I said, when I'm thinking that, oh, this one's gonna be the one, it turns out to where it don't really do nothing. Or shout out to Zuri. We just did an episode. I just put it out like 3 days ago. Great interview, great content. Me shining light on her products, Sip Pretty, her travel agency, as well as talking about her being a Beyonce fan. It's like, for those that are not from here and you don't know her, guess what? Now you can sit down, enjoy an episode. It's entertaining. You learn fun facts about how she got to where she's at, and then you can go support her page. And I'm saying to myself, it's like, bro, like, I'm legit trying to help people, and at the same time, they're helping me, because people that don't know me, that know her, may tune in and things like that. It's like, why were we opposed to bridging off of each other? But in reality, and maybe it's my own demons in my head, where it's like, I'm looking at it like, damn, I hope people don't think that I'm trying to use them. Like, I'm sitting down genuinely trying to have these conversations and invite people and things like that. But then it's like, shit, ain't nobody even paying attention to it. So it's like, damn, like, why even keep doing it if ain't nobody gonna watch it, if ain't nobody gonna listen to it, if ain't nobody gonna share it? It's like, damn, like, why am I doing this? And that's when I keep having to tell myself, it's like, bro, quit thinking that your friends and family gonna support you, because that ain't gonna always be the case. So now, like I said, man, I'm trying to venture out. Like, I tried it, got a little bit of success from it, and I feel like now we at a standstill with the podcast. So it's time to move forward. It's time to do what I got to do. And like I said, hopefully next Friday's when I'm gonna roll this out. Again, appreciate the love and support. We on the road to 500, man. We at 410, need 90. Try and get 90 by the end of the year. So that gives me a solid 4 months to get that in. So y'all know the routine, man. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.
Ass toasted, no competition. Unleash coasting. I feel so high. I feel so live. My body's in the twine. Unleash coasting. I feel so live. And I know why. That I can't deny. Unleash coasting. Giddy fine wine. Fools, malt liquor. Wish me I'm high class.